Hello, my good people. Welcome to Ticket Book Club. Today we'll be looking at the summary of Chapter 3 on the book Fathers of Nations. The chapter unfolds with a flashback of Professor Kimani's life. Professor Kimani joined the University of Nairobi directly as a senior lecturer straight from the University of Oxford, where he studied. A month after his arrival, Professor Kimani launched a noisy debate on which he demanded that the University of Nairobi henceforth strive for being relevant to the society rather than simply focusing on delivering excellence in work. 6 months later, his clarion call prevailed. The university's official motto becomes relevance to the society. After winning this first war, he waged another one, which was even noisier.
He wanted the university to be an agent of change and not a mere spectator of it.
In the meantime, he married Asiya Omondi. He became a professor and now felt complete. A global economic recession hit Africa. Jobs and income shrunk. To get out of the crisis, Africa had to make changes, and donors were the architects of these proposed changes. Donors demanded for change, and Africa obliged. Professor Kimani had a daughter, Tuni, a name she owes to Tunisia, her country of conception. Parliament staged an economic coup to improve on their remunerations. When he started teaching, members of the parliament earned less. When professor took home as salary, after the coup, an MP raked up to 100 times the income of a professor. A family discussion is underway between a father, mother, and daughter. From the discussion, it's clear that the state has failed terribly in discharging its mandate, and therefore the only way is to be the agent of change oneself. Meanwhile, Tuni shares what an instructor told her on why women are susceptible and fall easy prey to predators as lack of awareness of where women are. A look of weakness and hopelessness and a temptation to stray. A comparison is drawn between Professor Kimani and newborn Walomu, Professor's former junior colleague and now a member of the parliament. From the comparison, Kimani, who is stuck at the university, is doing poorly, while Walomu is doing very well after being in politics and having become an MP. Tuni, the only daughter and child to Professor Kimani, dies in a road accident. Tuni had to use public service vehicle because his father's car was not in good condition. This infuriated Asiya Omondi. Professor Kimani and his spouse Asiya Omondi were inconsolable after their daughter's death. In the evening, Asiya drops a bombshell to her husband that she will be leaving. She says newborn Walomu, the MP and Professor's former junior colleague, had asked her to marry her. Asiya Omondi feels Tuni would be alive. She left the following morning to newborn Walomu's place. Professor Kimani goes for newborn Walomu and petitions why he had decided to take his wife. A scuffle begins at the MP's office. The police come in and arrest both. Professor Kimani is charged with assaulting a member of parliament. His university demotes him from a full professor to a senior lecturer, the point he started at which he joined the university. A 6-month jail term follows. He is a dejected man. Meanwhile, Professor Kimani hears a knock at the door. After a lengthy discussion, Mr. Longwe asks Professor Kimani to join AGDA, whose mission is to question Africa's status quo. He further asks him to follow Path Alpha, a strategy built on the idea that a present public discontent expresses itself in acts that cancel out instead of adding up. Path Alpha will correct the anomaly by mobilizing civil discontent into will to change. Mr. Longway tells Professor Kimani if he joined Path Alpha, he will go down for orientation at their headquarters in Cape Town, and he will also attend the next Summit of Africans Head of State in Banjul, Gambia. He is enlisted as a member of Path Alpha the following day. The loss of his daughter, desertion by his wife, mistreatment by his university, and state had tested him hard and long. He had reached the boiling point.
Thanks for listening this piece from Ticket Audiobooks. Be sure to listen to other audiobooks in the list. Subscribe, push the notification bell and don't forget to share with your friends and family.